Can we talk about graffiti before we leave?
A little bit.
Dun dun. What was your relationship with graffiti like as a kid? How deep into it did you get?
Just like,
just around.
Yeah, yeah.
You know some people I know though, who take it a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
We won't say names or anything, but what do you like about graffiti? What do you find inspirational about it? Not doing it, but just observing it.
The history.
He also likes expressing himself.
Through looking at it?
Yeah.
Well, what's crazy is one of the reasons I got into college in the first place, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I actually have the Congressional Medal of Honor. I got it during the Obama administration. It's signed by Pelosi and John McCain, rest in peace, and a few others. Because I was taking a hella pictures of graffiti and putting them on Flickr. And so my mom took my Flickr catalog, printed them into a photo book, and submitted it to the U.S. Congress and said, like, Andrew's like documentation of like West Coast hip hop letters, and boom, it came back in the mail, signed by Congress, Congressional Medal of Honor for Urban Art Photography. Submitted that to Loyola University of New Orleans, got a scholarship, full scholarship for journalism. So in that way, without my keen eye for hip hop art, I would never be here.
Wasn't it like the bronze tier Congressional Medal of Honor or something?
They have tiers?
Yeah.
It was like actually, since Nick wants to clarify, there's medals and then there's certificates, right? I had the bronze certificate, which is the sixth lowest tier. But, hey, it's still signed by Congress.
That's pretty badass. But there was no, like, hint at, like, oh, well, this is all property damage. This is all vandalism.
Yeah, I think that, because it was mostly near train lines and stuff, in their mind, it wasn't like a tag on like a, someone's church or something.
I grew up a lot because when I was like 14, I was on some graffiti forums, and we had like an amazing train yard where I grew up, like fuckload of freights and clean, what do they call the plain silver ones or whatever? I don't know.
Auto racks.
Yeah, dude, it was insane. And there would be like barely ever cops there, and we would go there and paint these terrible pieces when I think about it now. And at one point I like basically said that I had this train yard on this forum, and a couple different dudes got in touch with me who were from like Lowell or like the Boston area. I go to meet up with them. I'm like 14, and I'm meeting up with dudes who are probably like 30, and they're like drinking 40s. They're smoking blunts. I've never been around somebody smoking a blunt before at that point in my life. Fucking, they're sick at graffiti. They're so good, and they're just like, I'm just hanging out with them for like 6, 7, 8 hours in a row. I watched a fucking guy who I think it was Kems, K-E-M-S. I don't fucking know, but did the whole car, a whole fucking thing. He probably used 30 fucking cans of spray paint. I watched him do the whole thing. The fucking railroad cops show up at the last minute, and he has to take off and not finish like the last 4% of his fill-in. I know he was dying inside because he didn't get to do it.
Yeah, and those cops are allowed to like kill you.
Kill you?
BNSF and like rail yard cops, they call them train bulls. They kind of have like bouncer privileges.
Wow.
Where like they can just like hit you as hard as they want. Like they don't have to Miranda you or anything. They can just like beat you with a fucking crowbar or something.
What has kept you from doing graffiti content on Channel 5?
It's not that. I mean,
a little too close to home.
What do you
As
think?
such a big fan.
What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because it just should be separate.
Yeah, just
not
keep it separate.
video. Become corny and unpure.
And if
But that's your job. You got to do it one time.
If you wanted to make
true.
fun of some shit like that, you could really make fun of it too.
There's
Holy shit! Like, if you,
there's a good one,
bro. Like if you wanted to make a video about like OGs versus like youngins, like you could make the funniest shit.
Well, when I was hanging out with Shoreline and them, and I would hear them tell stories about taking fucking serious pharmaceuticals and going out and doing graffiti.
Yeah.
I remember hearing those stories and being like, wow, there's some fucking stories to be told right there, because this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
Shout out to OTX.
Yeah. Not them. I'm not saying anybody in particular, but I'm saying they were just telling me stories that I'm like, that is the most reckless thing I've ever fucking heard.
Yeah, I cannot imagine what it'd be like for like Resm and Young Kobe and OGZ to be off like a Thiz pill and like the 101.
Yeah.
They probably bombed at like 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Yeah.
I think the best video we could do would be to document little kids who want to be like the baddest graffiti criminals.
Actually,
and like just record them talking to each other about what kind of stuff they were going to do for respect.
There's an event I want to cover. If I was ever to do a graph event, it would be something called Graffiti and Beer. which is an annual get-together in Fresno, California.
Right.
That is hilarious. You have to bring your black book, and you have to bring a 6-pack, and they meet like under a bridge somewhere.
Right.
Imagine the conversations that take place with the Fresno graffiti youth.
I mean, I couldn't even imagine. I would need you to go there and film it so that I could know.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn. Are you like a documentary connoisseur at this point?
No, I don't watch that much. Nick watches a lot. I just watch Dark Knight.
Yeah, Andrew watches Batman and Breaking Bad. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
I also watched that movie Nope.
I didn't see that.
Oh,
yet.
it's so good.
Logan Paul said it sucked.
Oh man, he's wrong. But like, I don't know. I don't watch that much shit because I don't want to end up biting other stuff.
Right.
I feel like if I watch too many documentary films, I'll start applying their storytelling techniques.
But like my DMs are all like, watch my music video. Are your DMs all like, hey, I have a friend who's on fentanyl and you should stick a camera in his face?
Yeah, it's more like that's actually the most annoying. Okay, I'm sure the most annoying thing people say to you is like, "What's up with the interview?"
Yeah.
Most annoying shit I get is like, "My neighbor's a tweaker. Like, here's my address." I was like, "Why would I want to do that interview?"
My neighbor's worse than the Hoff twins.
Yeah,
he's
like,
out of his mind. You gotta come film
like,
this guy.
Go help your neighbor out. Jesus Christ, that's what you want to do for your neighbor? You're living next to someone who's like screaming their head off, and you're
Expose
like, "Channel
them.
5's got to pull up." Like, no, man.
Yeah.
The Huff Twins are great.
All right, people, we just hit 300,000 subscribers. You know we're trying to hit 400,000 subscribers. So that little red button, tap it, tap in. Appreciate y'all.